I see a lot of people on the internet accusing the senior prophet TB Joshua. And I begin to laugh at them. The reason is this: a man cannot become whatever he wants to become by himself. You become what you become by God's predetermination. And that is why the Bible made it clear. He said, by strength shall no man prevail. I have seen many who work hard to be like the senior prophet TB Joshua, but they could not. They have power, they have anointing, they have voice, but nobody's hearing them. The reason is because it was not in the discussion in heaven before you came. Now watch it. If it is a part of your destiny, you don't need to stress. Every mistake you make, 5 people may disagree, but 95 will accept it. I feel pain in my spirit that a great general of the end time army is gone. But I still like to say this to everyone, that it is a predetermined destiny. There are people that live for 120 years without impacts. They live for 200 years without impacts. But a man that lived for 57 and impacted the whole world is worthy to be celebrated. Now watch every great general with a great destiny. That is why the sermon coming to you today speaks of faith.
How many people
for the fulfillment of destiny?
It
is not power. It is not
don't
might.
say until I have
Every great man
fatherless
who has ever reigned and existed, they are never conscious of death and time. Jesus started at 30, died at 33. How many years? Later, Archbishop Benson Idahosa did not see his 60 years birthday. He died 6 months to his birthday. Do you want to speak about generals like Moses Orimolade of the Cherubim and Seraphim? He died at a tender age before 60. He died before he's 60. These are great men that will look at the lame and the lame will jump up and start walking. They never saw 60 years. You know why? Because every destiny in life, the level of your destiny in life determines the level of your battle in life. Watch them. Even though they are dead and gone, and we still talk about them, in their days, battles were all over them. Am I talking to you? Battles were all over them. From the day their ministry is announced till the day of their finishing. It's always a problem. The men who are criticizing the senior prophet TB Joshua today would have criticized Jesus today. If Jesus was to be alive with such an elaborate destiny, this same man would criticize him. That is why every time you discover your purpose on earth, close your ears. Any purpose that must be fulfilled, let your ears be what? Close. Because people who have mouth must talk. I wish they know who they lost. They will understand that they have lost a demigod. He died on a Saturday night, stroke Sunday. Am I correct? But even as I speak to you, people are still crying. Who are the people crying? The poor, the widows, those lives that he has imparted when he was in the world. That is what makes a man true. One of the apparatus to measure a true destiny or a powerful destiny is the kind of battles that surround that person. David has to fight Goliath to have the crown. Israel has to deal with Jericho to get into Canaan land. Moses has to deal with Pharaoh in order to leave Egypt. The kind of battle you are fighting in your life determines the kind of destiny you possess. So when men begin to fight you because you are good, because people appreciate you, do what? Appreciate yourself and appreciate the God who has brought you into this life. Even me standing here, I am not far away from battles and criticism. I am one of the most criticized pastors in Onitsha. Church, they will not see you if you don't have something. They only see you if you have something. You don't throw a stone to a tree that does not have fruit. So anytime people fight you, change your step. If you were trying to hide it before, come up plain. Because no man wastes his time on something that does not have impact. Mark this word I am telling you. The impact that General Senior Apostle T.B. Joshua has made will never be erased on this planet for eternity. So for those of you who are criticizing him and who are abusing him and who don't like him, then you have a very big issue to fight with. High blood pressure is going to finish you now. Because you are about to see the worst. God showed me a revelation. And you know the revelation? You are about to see the worst because he is no more physical for people to go and see him. But they are going to idolize him. Mark this word today. People are going to bow to his frame. People are going to place his pictures in their stores. And when they come in the morning, they will say, "Thou God of T.B. Joshua." That is how to weigh the impact of a man. Immortality. Physically is no more, but spiritually is there. If you want such blessing to come to you, you celebrate such grace. You fight the grace, you are disgraced. So they are about to see the worst. It's not grammar. It's not English. What I'm saying has nothing to do with grammar. It has nothing to do with Igbo. What I'm speaking is a reality of destiny. If he was not sent by God, he cannot do as much as he has done. Take it or leave it. If he is not sent by God and backed by God, he cannot impact as much as he has imparted. Senior Prophet T.B. Joshua is the only man of God who have done what other Bible prophet did, traveling from nation to nation and accepted by presidents. I know some of you will say, why is he talking about this man? I'm speaking about him because I am grieved. Because these are one of the people I look up to. I've learned so much from a great servant of God. The world we are living is so wicked that people only see your mistakes. They never see your impact. Once you make one single mistake, they capitalize on it. Show me a man that does not make mistake for as long as you're on the planet. The Bible said in the world there are many temptations and there are many trials. You don't judge a man by his trials. You don't judge a man by his temptations. You judge him by the content of his heart.
How do we know promotion is coming? When challenges come and it produces a sense of depending on God, you know you are about to be promoted.
So around every great man, there are battles. Around every destiny, there are battles. Around every curse and every predetermined future, there are battles. And one more thing I want to say about destiny is that destiny varies. You can be a singer, you can be a musician, you can be a musician, you can be a musician. And you may be singing better than this man. You may be singing better than this man. You may be singing better than this man. But God has predestined this man to be the first. And there is nothing you can do about it. You know why? Because if you read the early life of Senior Apostle T.B. Joshua, you discover that he cannot even speak English.
No matter
it is not your language.
Unsteady.
It's not your certificate.
Your life
Hear me, church. A man can only come from the back and come to the front if God has determined it. Rise up and say, hey! It is not your village. It is not who you know. There are people that know people, but nobody knows them. If you go to the village of Senior Prophet T.B. Joshua, you will cry. It's one of the most timid villages in Ondo, but as I speak to you, the king is crying. He said, we have lost our helper. I don't care what you think. I don't care what people have said, but I want to tell you, I want to say this to everyone, that God had mercy on Abraham just because of his act of giving. He said, because you have done this, it shall be accorded to you as righteousness. But those of us who claim to be holy, holy, on the last day, you may even be the first to be thrown into the lake of fire. And I want to say this to every pastor in the whole world, prophets, bishops, whoever you think you are. If you cannot overcome death to live for eternity on this planet, then you cannot escape judgment. It pains me so much that it is the Christians that are fighting the Christians. You see your brother, we preach the gospel together, we quote the same scriptures together, but when your brother is falling down, you help them to push him down. But you know one thing, even when you help them to push him down, you cannot stand up above him. You can't stand above him. You know why? Because it is destiny. It is destiny. Faith is required. You have it. Every one of you seated here, you have it. You have it. I have it. But the stepping stone to your destiny is that you must realize it. You must realize there's something that is waiting for activation. Wake up! Did you hear me now? What I'm saying is authentic and it must be heard. He started his battle from the beginning, and even in death, they are still fighting him. That is how great he is. That is how great. They want to cover his name. You can't cover it. Watch it. You will say, I told you. You will enter people's shop. You see the frame there, decorated with flower. Not only in Nigeria, I'm talking about Asia. I'm talking about Europe, America. Everywhere. South America. You need to put on the shield of faith, because no man is left out. As long as we are in this world, they will fight you. You dance, they will talk. You don't dance, they will say, why is he not dancing? You wear trouser, they say, why is he wearing trouser? I thought he's a born again. You put up the trouser, you put on skirt, they say, look at her. He's behaving as if she's the most holy. You don't tie your hair, they will complain. He's not tying her hair to the church. You tie it and cover your ear, they say, look at Mary Amaka. You look, they will talk. You don't look, they will talk. They say, look at it. It's not looking. You buy a big phone, they will talk. You want to show everybody he has money. You use small phone, they say, look at. He's behaving as if he don't have money. You buy a jet, they criticize you. Say he's driving jets. You don't buy, they say with all the money he has, he cannot even buy small jet. Now look at your neighbor, tell your neighbor, close your ears. Say, don't mind them. A songwriter said, never you mind them. Never you mind them. Senior Prophet TV Joshua taught me that. To focus. There was a time I was about to give up because of numerous stories in the town. What have they not spoken? And then one day, while I was watching, and he was talking about how people criticize him, and the same men that criticize him still come back to sit in the congregation. After I heard what this man has gone through, I knew that I have not gone through anything. I told myself, my friend, sit down. What accusation have they not accused him? Building collapse, they say he has used them for ritual. Is he the builder? Is he the one that built the house? Is he the one that put the blocks together? He would have given that contract to somebody and the person used an inferior materials and save some money. Okay, see, now how many years of the collapse? And how many years of his debt? Since he used them to double his money, he would have stayed 100 to enjoy it. You make money in your village, you are a narcotic man. You don't make money, they say others are making money. Look at him. He's moving around in the village, doing nothing. Church, I want to ask you, where will you stand and be safe? So what is the option? I'm not hearing you. What is the option? You that is criticizing somebody. You that say Senior Prophet TV Joshua, and he died because of, you will die too. Who told you you will not die? And you better go into fasting and prayer so that your death will not be worse. Look at the man who went into his room and sat down and sleep. If there's any debt I've prayed for, is that type.
Best.
The one you start, if you're, let's say you are determined to go to hellfire and you have accident, you already started the hellfire from earth. Or fire burn you. Or they slaughter you the way Boko Haram is slaughtering people now. Or they begin to carry you from one hospital to another. Did you see any of those things? He preached in the evening. After preaching, he told everybody, watch and pray. He told them a time to come to church and a time to go home. And you think he doesn't know where he's going? Please celebrate that man of God. Celebrate him. One more thing. Those of you that keep criticizing this great general of our generation, pray very hard that you go to heaven, because I'm very sure he's there. And hold on, he would have known many areas in heaven before you come. He would have known the kitchen where the food is. Be very careful. If we are there to make money, you would have made all the money before you come. You'll be the one begging him, like the rich man and Lazarus. Who was begging Lazarus, please, a drop of water. May your case not be like that. And I'm sure if you are among those who are criticizing him, if you die eventually and go to hell and look up to see TB Joshua, he will still give you water, I'm sure. Celebrate that great destiny again. Do it again. Now everybody stand up. Stand up. Let us observe just 1 minute silence. I would have done this on Sunday, but I wanted to be very, very sure of the news before anything. I want us to observe just a minute silence for Senior Apostle TB Joshua, who has gone home to be with his Maker.
Various tests that will have promoted you spiritually, you fail them. Because you see them as an attack from the enemy. You see them as undeserved attack, undeserved issue. Instead of you to welcome that and see that as a friend to move you forward.